Benet's Bloody Bits.
Welcome to Triple B. My name is Jason Benet. Running Scared, the buddy cop comedy from 1986, holds a special place in my heart. The filmmaker is Peter Hyams. He did 2010, The Year We Make Contact. He worked with Jean-Claude Van Damme on Time Cop and Sudden Death. He did the creature feature, The Relic, in a museum. But this film, Running Scared, it's just so damn good. It's Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines. And you're probably thinking, that's not going to work. Yes, we know Billy Crystal has the comedy background. Gregory Hines is an actor, but he's basically known for dancing, specifically tap dancing. But it's all about chemistry. These two guys, they're cops in Chicago. So it's cold, it's brooding, they're working in the elements. They kind of have their own rules that they play by. They're not doing necessarily illegal, but they definitely straddle the line. They get away with a lot of things, but some things don't work out so well and they get in trouble with their boss. But the main bad guy of the film is Julio Gonzales, played by a very young Jimmy Smits. They put him away. They busted him. They're happy about it, but they get word on the street that he's out. He's trying to be the next Al Capone with the drugs and just taking over the town. And they get a tip off of where they can locate him, but they go in not prepared, not thinking, not realizing it's an undercover situation where there's two young cops who are actually looking to eventually replace them. They're already on the scene, but they never got the tip. They never knew what was going on. But in hindsight, if you look at the way they went in, they were like amateurs. And the boss calls them out, brings them in the office. You guys are taking a freaking vacation, whether you like it or not, or I'm going to just fire your ass. They decide, okay, we're going to go from Chicago where it's cold. We're going to go to Florida where it's warm, where it's hot. We're going to have some alcohol, hook up with some women, get a little bit taste of the good life. But they start looking at their lives in a different way, a different perspective. What are we going to do when we retire? Because we don't want to be shot at forever. It's a very depressing job. Let's open up a bar. So they've already made plans, even before they go back to work as police officers in Chicago, that they have 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out the door. So they go back and they tell their boss, and he's like, what do you guys, you're 4 years away from tenure. Your retirement's really close. Why wait? Why don't you just wait? You're almost there. But they've already made up their mind. But it even gets them in more trouble because they start second guessing their decisions. They've never been one to wear bulletproof vest. Now they put on bulletproof vest. Then they start even making more mistakes. They actually literally lose their clothes in one scene and are down to their PJs. So it's a really good buddy cop film. The chemistry between Gregory Hines and Billy Crystal, it's there. And it's not just in the movie and they're actors and they're supposed to do. Way back in the day, I watched an electronic press kit behind the scenes from the film on cable, and it just was contagious on screen, is off screen. It was always there. The movie has a really great soundtrack. It's very 80s, of course. It's a late 80s film. Former Doobie Brother Michael McDonald's got the best song, which is Sweet Freedom. I used to watch that music video all the time. And it's basically the Gregory Hines and Billy Crystal are in the video with him. They're in Florida. It's just, they're on roller skates. They're having fun. They're singing with Michael McDonald. It's just kind of heartwarming when you watch that. It's just, it all works. And it's just, it's a bummer that there was a never sequel to this film or some other films that they could have worked on together. They were kind of like, who was it? Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. They did 3 movies together and they just clicked. Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines had that. And unfortunately, they never got to work together again. But it's just a really great buddy cop comedy. It's something that I used to go back to. So in 1991, a long time ago, I'm 20 years old, in perfectly good health, loved to play basketball, went to this park that I used to go to almost every day. I was pretty good back in the day. I was actually making Steph Curry half-court shots. I'm going to have to probably make a video to prove that I could still do it. But, I'm 6'2", pretty tall, and I used to be able to block shots really well. And one day I went up to block a shot. I succeeded. I blocked the shot, but I paid a price. When I came down to the ground, I was on my feet, standing up straight. My back was toast. It was gone. Major pain going down both legs. So I had a slip disc in my lower back and a sciatic nerve shooting down both legs. So I'm a 20-year-old guy, but for about 4 months, I walked around like I was 90. I had a ruptured spleen when I was younger. This pain was worse, and I haven't felt anything as horrible since. But I had some VHS tapes. Didn't even have the artwork on them. They were see-through, they were clear, and they had the movie inside. That's all I needed. And I had my VCR. And one of the go-to films when I was in this horrible state was Running Scared. I probably played it every 3 days, just on a loop. It made me smile. It made me happy. It made me forget about all the pain I was in. So this film means a lot to me. I went back and watched it a few days ago. It still works. It hasn't lost anything. It's Steven Bauer's in it in a small role. He looks unrecognizable with the beard. He's one of the upstart cops that wants to take his job. He's with Jonathan Gries, Gries. He was also later on in Fright Night Part 2. Jimmy Smits is a great villain. Dan Hedaya is their boss. He's perfectly cast. It's just a comfort film. It's kind of like going back home. There's that saying, you can't go back home. With cinema, you can. Running Scared, I can. 1986, probably one of my top 5 comedies of all time, right there with Jekyll and Hyde Together Again, Cheech and Chong's next movie. This is right there with them, if not the top one. It's on disc via Kino Lorber. Please check it out. If you want to have a smile on your face, have great laughs, feel like you're part of this film, I think you're going to enjoy it. I really do recommend it. I hope you guys like this video. 2025 is upon us. Got a lot of things in store. I hope you keep watching and subscribing, liking, and commenting. I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much, and talk to you soon.